This is a bonus episode to offer election related support. It is November 6th, 2024, and my email was flooded with friends, family, clients who are just in distress over the election. And if this is you, I use this episode as a resource to support yourself. And also, what I'm going to share will support you in any crisis at any point of your life, whether that's you didn't get the promotion you wanted, or you had a pay cut, or your husband lost his job, or your kid got devastating news about the college they wanted to go to. Come back to this episode. It will be such a gentle place to land. It will have all the information you need to how to move forward in a really self supporting way. So, first will be to make sure to hydrate and eat. Sometimes when we get in a level of panic and distress, we forget to take care of our body. Your body needs the same, maybe even more hydration and nutrients today. That means, and the main theme of what you're going to hear is how can you provide comfort? Not how can you be comfortable? How can you provide comfort to yourself, whatever that means? So, for me, what that means is this is not the time to worry about calories, getting your Pilates exercise routine in, and cleaning the kitchen as usual. Like in a time of crisis, the priority has to be comfort and safety for you. So, if that means you're going to have a bag of M&Ms today and you're skipping the exercise bike, do it. The priority has to be comfort and safety for you. And then just think about what comfort means for you. So for me, I'm wearing a really soft sweater that's huge, that feels really comfortable to my skin. I I'm going to spend a lot of time. I have a heating pad, which provides like it just feels very comforting to my body. I am going to eat whatever I want whenever I want it. I am going to watch TV. I'm going to be on a blanket, cuddling my dogs as much as possible today. So, how can you provide more comfort to yourself? Allow yourself to nap whenever you feel called to, even if you're in your office and you're like, I just have to lay down and close my eyes for 3 minutes. When we are resting at that level, even if it means napping, resting, closing your eyes, whatever that means, our body heals when it sleeps and rests. So if you feel called to put your head on your desk, to lay down on your floor in your office, to go to your car and recline the chair all the way back, lean in to the inclination to nap and rest and be connected to the ground. It is how our bodies heal. It is very healing to be on the ground, to let the whole of the earth support all parts of you. Lean into the napping and the sleeping. It is how you recover. I think a lot we can do when we feel very nervous or anxious or scared or upset or devastated. We have a lot of those intense emotions. Finding ways to calm yourself through your skin can be really helpful. So for me, I just snuggle my dog and it's like a year of therapy. It feels so good. It's that connection to another warm, comforting being, creature. It feels very healing. The thing I love to do, and there's science behind it, folks. I'm not making this up. There's science behind it. Like we have neural receptors in our body that when we put our face, for example, or hand or whatever, our skin on someone who we feel is safe to us and can provide comfort to us, it relaxes us. It has us feel grounded and safe. So who was that person for you? And it doesn't actually, studies show, it doesn't actually have to be a living, breathing thing. It could be a pillow that feels very comfortable or a sweatshirt that feels very comfortable. So I have a body pillow that I put my daughter's shirt on, and she thinks it's super weird. But my daughter's in California. I can't hug her physically, but I have a body shaped pillow with her shirt on it. And I love cuddling it. It provides such a sense of relief. The other thing I love to do, for sure, my dog. Another thing is my husband. I love to lay my cheek on his chest. I love hearing his heartbeat. His heartbeat regulates mine. It's a really beautiful moment for me. There's this when I learned that's all I've always loved to do that. When I learned the science behind it, that we have receptors in our skin that interact with the receptors in someone else's skin that kind of hug and we are co-regulating is what there's a scientific term for it. It's called co-regulation. Is when we surround ourselves with people who are calm, we become calm. If we go on a ship and everyone's freaking out and we're the calm person, we will our physical presence will calm everyone around us. To find ways to calm your energy by with touch, by putting your cheek on someone who you trust, who you can regulate through their heartbeat. This also means be careful about who's in your space in this time period when you're in a period of crisis. We love our friends, and healing and community is a really important part of how humans heal. So go to your friends, check on your friends, surround yourself with your friends. And also, if your friend group is freaking out and losing their mind and it's making you freak out and lose your mind even more, love your friends in small doses. Love them, check on them. But if it's freaking you out and spinning you out more, get to co-regulation, get to a safe place. I'm going to show you how to do this. Surround yourself with people who are calm. Sometimes I love our girlfriends, but sometimes because we're very emotional and we can read each other's vibes and we're intuitively very emotionally intelligent, we can freak ourselves out even more. And studies will show that too, that sometimes just sharing our trauma with another person who's also freaking out makes all the trauma worse. And so what we want at least one person who is calm. This is an important reason why I teach everyone. My philosophy is every woman needs a life support team. That is for sure your girlfriends and your sister and your mama and your daughter, of course. But you need someone who can be regulated in times of crisis, which means a therapist, a coach, a spiritual advisor. When you're in my space, I can be that regulated person for you. I do this all day. And if I've gotten a lot of emails from people who are like, oh my gosh, I wish I had joined. If you're this person who's like, I want a coaching space, I want someone to be regulated, reach out to me and we will send you a link and you can join us. Our next group call is actually tonight. November 6th, 2024. You can get regulated right away. If not, just make sure you have someone in your space who's regulated, who's calm, who's centered, because that's contagious. Just as panic is contagious, safety, comfort, grounding is contagious too. So find that person in your life. Love our friends. And if being with them is causing more panic, limit that time. Make sure you have time to get to safety, to get regulated. Other things you can do with touch, I teach in my program, and I'm going to give you some tips here. I teach different somatic tools that can help you regulate your nervous system. Look these up on YouTube. If you're in my world, you know you have access to them. If you're not in the program, look up on Google what a butterfly hug is. You can learn about it in 30 seconds. It'll start calming you. Another thing you can do is look up tapping exercises on YouTube and it will regulate your nervous system. It will calm you down. What I love to do is I'll give myself a hug and I'll rub the upper parts of my arm from my elbow to my shoulder. This is another somatic tool you can do that can calm your nervous system. I like to put my hand on my heart, I put a hand on my stomach. It just slows things down. So those are some somatic tools to calm your nervous system. Um, Other things that can, there's some really interesting science that I've read about this that just to add one more thing to the friends thing, like they've shown people who were in trauma over the Vietnam War, when they just told somebody else, the trauma sometimes got worse. Because if the other person is freaking out while you're freaking out, you'll just freak each other out more. The real secret is you want someone who can hear your pain and redirect the pain so that when you leave the conversation, you have more hope. You feel more grounded. You feel the sensation of possibility. That's critical. And when our friends are freaking out and our moms and sisters are freaking out, they don't have the capacity. Generally, they can't find the hope. So you want to share your emotion and redirect towards hope. That's a critical step. A coach, a therapist, a spiritual advisor will do that for you. A friend probably won't. So it's okay. See your friends, but then also redirect your brain. Figure out how could you have hope? How could you have possibility here? And I'll give you some examples of how you can do that. I had some friends reach out today. Were like, "This is deja vu." My thought is, it's not deja vu at all. Because 2016, I mean, I was so freaked out. It was like months of recovery. This morning, I woke up and I was like, it's time to get to work. The fact is, the results are this. Not what I wanted. Definitely did that. Was not my vote and not what I wanted. And also, that's the fact. I control everything else. I have so much influence and control. I woke up and I said, it's time for me to get to work. I have my email is flooded with people who need support. I need to get out there and serve as many people as possible. It's time to get to work. This is nothing like 2016. In 2016, I was really like wallowing in suffering. And this is what happens for a normal brain is when it is very consumed with itself, the suffering will be the most intense. So here's a huge tip on how you can prevent a crisis or how you can work through this is be other focused. How can I help another human? Okay, I'm worried about what's going to happen to trans rights and LGBTQIA plus and how I'm worried about women's reproductive rights. So guess where my money's going to go? I'm going to find charities that are going to support those. I'm going to find the areas where I'm concerned about and I'm going to move into action. I'm going to send them money because I know money heals problems. Money fixes problems. One of the reasons why in my world I am passionate about of making women, helping women make more money is because I know money in the hands of a physician mom will make the world safer. How do I know this? Because when a physician mom is earning more money, she funds more charities. She sends her kids to more creates more opportunities for her children. She funds education. She gives the money back to small businesses. She gives the money back through charities in her church. Money in the hands of women makes our world safer. So I feel very, very passionate that if you're in distress right now, find a way to make more money and send that money out into the world to protect the resources that you want protected because you absolutely can. The suffering will come from I can't do anything. Everything that's important to me is going to be at stake. The healing will come from changing that to what is important to me will be protected by me. And here's my money. Here's my volunteering. Here's me supporting communities. Here's me supporting the politicians I want to support. Here's me protecting what's important because no one can take that away from you. You get to protect that. So what got me out of bed this morning is I got to get to work. I got to help others. I got I got too much to do. I've got too many people to help for me to sit in bed and be sad. Now listen, if you need to sit in bed and be sad, do that. Of course, all day. But I'm just saying to my friends who were saying this is like deja vu, not at all. Didn't resonate with me at all. This is not deja vu. I know how to help people. I know how to be of service. And that's what I'm gonna do today. And use that thinking if that can help you get through your day. Find acts of service. Send your money to good places, volunteer, organize, help support other organizations. And also, it is kind of deja vu, isn't it? And what I want to say to that, if this helps you, is in times of stress, I've gone on hikes and I've seen the mountains. The mountains we have here in Colorado are spectacular. And whenever I'm in them, it shrinks my problems to these tiny little postage stamps. I'm like, these mountains have seen pandemics, they've seen the dinosaurs, they've seen all kinds of things. And these mountains are going to continue to stand here way past me and my kids and my grandkids have passed. These mountains will still be here. And that really anchors me into the world has seen this and it has survived it and it has come back stronger. This will be no different. Next is be vigilant about the information you surround yourself with. So if watching CNN breaking news is distressing, turn it off. I would highly recommend being vigilant about what you're watching and hearing because it's affecting your nervous system. So, what I'm doing is I play sound baths all the time. I play lullabies. There is, just go on your phone, say play sound baths, play lullabies, listen to water. We know that's very calming. There's a song called Weightless by Maroney Union. Weightless. Look it up on iTunes. It is, I was told it was made up by therapists, musicians, and psychiatrists of a way of music that soothes the human soul. So this is not the time to watch news 24/7. Please don't get sucked into that. This is not the time to watch scary shows or thrillers or Suspense shows, this is not that time. In times of crisis, we want to be hearing lullabies. We want to be hearing falling water. We want to be out in nature. We want to be moving. We want to be leaning into our sleep and healing. We want to be vigilant about what information we're surrounding ourselves with. So interesting. My husband he was like, gosh, you're going to be busy today. I was like, you know what's so interesting is of the calls I've had this week, the first few minutes are like, Christina, the election. I'm panicked about it. And then it's like, and also, but I'm here to talk about my job. I'm here to talk about my raise. I'm here to talk about this new chief I have. I'm here to talk about my schedule. So I told my husband, you know what's really interesting is it is on everyone's mind for 2 minutes, and the rest of the 45 minutes we're together, we're talking about how to improve their marriage and their jobs. And this is what gives me so much hope and possibility because this is where the radical change is. When we lose ourselves in the election and the 24-hour news cycle, we are not available to care for our children, our marriage, our jobs. How we make radical change in the world is we become vigilant about making sure we're paid well so we can send money out to charities that are doing the good work that needs to be done. I love that my clients are aware and alert of what's happening in the news and they know their priority is making their life better now. This is the radical change. It doesn't matter who is president. If you're being paid well in a job that you love and you're able to take care of your kids and connect in your marriage, it will keep you focused and anchored so that you can protect the things that are important and you can be building towards the next election cycle to bend it in your favor. Do not let the news cycle consume and disrupt and take away everything that's important for you. Vigilantly protect it with your time and your energy and your money. This is the time to be using our raises to be sending money to the resources that need it. This is nothing like what happened before. And we also will be better on the other side of it. Below, I will say that if this resonates with you and you need a coach, I'm going to reach out to me and you can find a space in my group coaching program and we can make that happen as soon as today, even though we're off cycle. And if you're in my world, come to our next group coach call. We have one actually tonight, and it was designed to support you through election support and everything else along the way. See you next time.